standard distributors out here in Canaan, Tobago. So thank you again for joining us this morning. And for our conversation, our first conversation for this morning, we'll be chatting with Miss Natasha Williams, and she is a manager of the ICT Access Center out of the Ministry of Digital Transformation. And we also are being joined by Dr. Andrea Kanneh, and she is the Manager of Performance and Engagement out of the Ministry of Digital Transformation Unit. Now, good morning and welcome to you both. How are you guys doing this morning?
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Great to have you, and of course great to have you here in Tobago. And for those who might not be aware, because we know that the Ministry of Digital Transformation was something that started just a couple of years ago, so just give a brief description of what is the ministry about.
Right. Ministry of Digital Transformation, and it's commonly known as MDT, has been given a mandate to address the end-to-end consumption of delivery of goods and services to customers by using appropriate digital technology. And one of the ways in which we do this is through our ICT access centers. These access centers provide, or Access TT as it's called, it provides to the consumers of ICT access ICT internet totally at no cost to the consumer. Currently, there are 14 of these operationalized access centers in Trinidad, and we're looking to roll out at 5. Start with 5 right here in Tobago.
All right, so it's like you said, we don't yet have any in Tobago, but what are these ICT access centers about? What are some, I know you mentioned internet connectivity devices, but give me a better idea of, how this can really help people here in the country. And I know we're going to be talking about Tobago and what's in store for Tobago, and I know you guys have a place, but we're going to get into that in a little bit.
Sure. So what the ICT Access Center really does, it really bridge the digital gap. What we have experienced just during the pandemic, that everyone has been forced to come to the digital age. So we realized there are a lot of gaps, especially persons being able to utilize and access internet. So that's what the Ministry of Digital Transformation does. So what we do, we have persons, our trained staff at these access centers who help persons through whether it's programs to access government services, printing services, all of this at no cost to the user. Mm-hmm. So, we're really trying to, and there's no age limit. We have as young as 4 years old, mm-hmm. to as old as seniors, 86, because everybody realized that this is a new way forward. A lot of the services being able to access, whether it's your day-to-day transactions, financial transactions, whether it's to fill out a government form, all this are done during online services, and you must be able to be that digitally empowered.
And for now, here in Tobago, like I said, you have 40 centers already set up in Trinidad. 14, in Trinidad, and you're looking to roll out some in Tobago, but those services are still available even though you don't have a dedicated access center. So tell me, where can people access some of these services?
Okay, so I'm with the Digital Skills Development Program. So when Natasha spoke about access, we're about building capacity of the people. So we offer digital skills training, and that would be being able to use a computer, understanding the parts of a computer, being able to fill out the online forms, being able to create games in terms of software, programming, looking at cybersecurity, analyzing your data. We met with footballers yesterday that could monitor their stats, right? So it's about preparing people for the digital age. And in Tobago right now, we met with the 3 library services. Well, we met with Charlottesville and Roxborough, and today we'll be meeting with Scarborough to teach them how to facilitate the registration process and get people on board. So while we are waiting for the access centers, the programs are ready and available, and people could go to any of the library services and access it, or you could access it online from our website.
And tell me, about just being able, like how many access centers you want to be able to have in Tobago and when?
Okay, so our mandate given to us, we're hoping to roll out 62 ICT access centers throughout Trinidad and Tobago. We are currently, as I said, have 14 in Trinidad, and we have earmarked at least 16 for Tobago. So we're starting with the initial 5 because we realize the need. We really we look to Tobago for their needs and see which communities that would require these access centers. So, we have targeted Lansformy, Talaford, Bellevue, Palatuve. So so you realize that these communities which are targeted are really in the ICT excluded world, and that's what we start with initially.
And when we talk about ICT and data connectivity and so on, I mean, we have to have internet access through broadband, through fiber, whatever the case may be. How is the ministry working towards making sure that all citizens, no matter where they are in the country, could have a good enough access to data connectivity so that they can be part of this digital age that we are in?
Okay. So, in addition to the ICT access centers, we have some TT Wi-Fi. TT Wi-Fi is an initiative to really have accessibility throughout everywhere, all public spaces, whether it's the library, whether it's the healthcare system. So we have started in Trinidad rolling out in the public healthcare system because that's where persons publicly traverse. In Tobago, we're starting off in the licensing offices area. So popular hubs like that. So it is just a matter of click. So our aim is that you can just pull out your phone wherever it is, wherever you need it, and have that Wi-Fi accessibility to all at no cost.
And how soon can we see, even Tobago having that stronger data connectivity?
Actually, as soon as within this fiscal year, because as I said, we've already started in Trinidad. So the next earmark is Tobago.
That's good to hear. That's certainly good to hear. Now, when it also comes to just being able to get people more familiar with the digital age, because there's still a lot of population that have not gotten on board, and it is a challenge about getting these people on board. What have you found, what have you seen as you've been rolling out these ICT centers in Trinidad about how much of the population is still not connected?
Well, something to note, the Digital Skills Development Program, branded as We Learn TT, is a distinct project to the access centers. We complement each other, but we're about building the skills and offering people places like the access centers and libraries to access courses if they don't have it. Yeah, so what we have seen is that people are willing to learn. A lot of people are unaware of what we offer in terms of the programs. People hear IT and they think fixed computer.
Yes.
Right, but IT is so big. So you could understand data, monitor yourself. You could understand connectivity in the home, Internet of Things or smart houses. You could build games even in your teaching. So teachers could be doing this, like building gamification into what they do to make it more exciting. You have people like in ministries who need to look at cybersecurity, who need to look at things like programs for the citizens. So we have a wide field of IT courses available at every level, foundational, carrying you to the professional ICT skills. And if you want to start an ICT business, we're there for you for that as well. Access centers give people the access to devices and internet if they can't access it on their own, or if they need support, because a lot of times the course might be, yes, at the foundational level, but there's a fear factor. So we want you to not, even if you're afraid, acknowledge your fear, that's okay. It's okay to be afraid, it's okay to have emotions, but walk with it. Come to an access center, they're very friendly and well-trained, and they will help you do the course that is online. Most courses are online self-paced. So you can't do it on your own, but you could come in and get help as well.
And it's all free.
It's at no cost to the user, yes. Mm-hmm.
And what's the relationship like also with the THA in rolling out some of these programs?
So we are meeting with them, but Natasha can tell you more. Yeah.
Just yesterday we went with THA. We were able to have positive conversations. They're very much excited about it. Mm-hmm. Actually, they're more excited when we're coming. The question is when we are coming to Tobago. We have identified just similarly the 5 areas that we want to roll out, and they have approved that they are comfortable with those 5 areas, and they look forward and they're going to help and partner with us in marketing and having an outreach, a strong community outreach for the utilization of these access centers.
Mm-hmm. And as part of your outreach, you actually are here in Tobago because you're part of the 3D Technical Vocational Career Fair that's going on at the Shore Park Cultural Complex right now.
Yes, we were invited by the Ministry, the Division of ComDev, to showcase what we have because they are excited about the programs and they want to get people on board. So it was yesterday and today, 10 to 6 at the Shore Park complex. There are many interesting booths there. We have a booth as well, and I encourage everyone to come down and, see what is there. Really interesting, really interesting.
And what has been the engagement? Because, we had a lot of students coming through yesterday and stuff. What's been the engagement like with the students in terms of getting them on board and getting them part into some of the programs that you guys are offering?
So people were able to pre-register. Some people registered for the platform. So you register once and enroll in different courses along your lifetime. People were able to register. They were able to do 2 courses that we have there and get certificates. So what is key about the program? Yes, yeah.
Wow.
And what is key about the program is the certification. So that you'll walk away from any program, if it's online or in person, with a certificate from the course content provider, because we partner with different course content providers, as well as the Ministry of Digital Transformation. There's a certificate there as well. Right? So that you have something to boost your resume. It's not just that you're taking a course. We encourage people to understand their goals, and we work with you with your goal to help place you in programs that will help take you towards that path.
Certainly. So it's just it's removing that whole intimidation, that whole fear, because like you said, it can, for some people, it really can be intimidating when you're approaching technology and digital age and so on. Have you been getting like a lot of even older people on board with some of these programs?
We had the ICT vacation summer camp using the access centers, and we had for pre-teens, teens, and senior citizens. We had testimonials, and you could see it on the website, where people said they started a business, so that even with a side hustle, you're learning how to manage your data, how to record things, how to look at where sales coming from. So you can start businesses, you could teach your friends, form little groups. So people are really excited at all ages, and the access centers make a really big difference. Right now, the library services are there for people in Tobago.
And as we're getting to wrap up the conversation, I want you guys to give you guys a chance to speak to the people about how they can get on board with the Ministry of Digital Transformation, and of course be part of those access centers.
Oh, great. Well, in closing, we'd like to say the persons can access us at mdt.gov.tt. When you go onto our website, you can just click on Access TT, and you'll see all the upcoming all the present operationalized access centers, and those that are coming to your area. We encourage persons to utilize these access centers for any of your day-to-day transactions, anything, your printing services, or just you want to just come in and just feel motivated to utilize these centers to empower yourselves, to digitally empower yourselves, to be part of a growing economy.
Yeah, and that's really good. And I also want to encourage the youth, but not just the youth. I want parents and grandparents to learn, because everyone has to get on board for this digital transformation, and you can learn together. So as a young person who, you're brave and you're ready because you could do it, bring granny, bring grandpa, because they too need to learn.
Certainly. All right. And it's such good news as we are trying to focus ourselves, our society, into be a smarter technical society. So I want to thank you both for being on with us. And yes, viewers, if you have some time, go down to Shore Park today and check out the booth there at the Ministry of Digital Transformation, where you can have a further conversation with them and get some more details and so on. And of course, they have all those other booths that are there on display, geared towards engineering and computer science and that sort of thing. So yeah, so there you have it. So thank you again for being on with us, and viewers, we have a lot more coming up for you in the program, so don't go anywhere.